Right, what's up guys? We're on our way to Barking CEX today. Look a bit happy, cheer up. We might get a bit of chicken and chips out of it, it's not the end of the world. Right, and we're going to do a £10 challenge today. I've got £10 to spend, no more than that, and I have to get a minimum of 3 games on the following systems. So that's your PS2, your Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360, the Wii U, and the PS3. See you down there, guys. Peace. Right, so here we are at Barking, one of my locals, so I thought I'd just visit this one. I haven't been down here for a few months. Check it out, see if they've got any new stock. Oh, hello. I've lost complete track of all the DJ equipment that comes out these days. I'm more old school. Give me some vinyl. I've got all these sort of bits and bobs, but yeah, I think I'll stick with a vinyl. Big Alf wanted me to buy him this when he discovered what it was, so that he doesn't have to hoover his room. And he also suggested that I might invest in this. Somehow I don't think it would be a good investment. Alf seemed to find it funny anyway. Anyway, having a look in the window here, and normally the Barking CEX doesn't have a great amount in the windows. They normally keep their stock pretty much inside, but they did have a couple of bits and bobs today. So let's have a quick look and see what we can find. Really clean looking GameCube there. If I hadn't bought one recently, I probably would have considered that one with vouchers. And Boktai there on the Game Boy Advance. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Big hitter that one, £110. Really nice sort of navy blue SP there as well. I do love the SP, but one of the flaws about the design is that whenever you're looking around, it's quite hard to find one that's in good condition. They scratch really, really easy. So we're doing a £10 challenge today. So I've got to find 3 games and I can only spend £10. And I can buy for the PS2, PS3, any Xbox system, the Nintendo Wii or the Nintendo Wii U. Now it sounds easy, and to be honest, it's not the most difficult of challenges, but I also have to make sure I buy 3 games that I intend on playing and not just fodder. So let's browse around and see what we can come up with. If I do manage to successfully do this challenge, which in all honesty I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, I will bring the next challenge down to £7 or £5 or thereabouts. So I'll make them more difficult as we go on. Now I think I sold them that copy of Punch-Out. It was really scratched up and it was a foreign version, but in my defense, CEX sold it to me ages ago in that condition, so it's only fair they take it back and I get myself a new copy. Right, you got Alien Hominid there. Really good game, that one, but rather than buy that copy, I think I'm going to wait. There's a remaster coming out, or it might already be out. I'm not 100% sure, but I've got my eye on that one, and hopefully that gets a physical release. So I suggested to Alfie he buy this game, play it on the PS2, High School Musical, to which I was met with a very swift kick to the shins. He will pay for that once we get home, I assure you. Nothing amazing today on the PS2. Definitely a good selection, but in all honesty, the games that I want that are there, or I would have bought rather, I have already got. So let's have a look at the PS3 section. Castlevania there, Lord of Shadows, really good game. I'm looking to pick it up back on the 360 though. It's a couple of quid cheaper, and to be honest, I play my 360 more than I do my PS3. Had it in the collection a while back, traded it in, and got seller's regret on that one. Fast and the Furious there, it's £4 on the PS3. I was thinking about buying it on the Wii U, but then I saw the price comparison, it's £30. And there you got Minecraft. I think Minecraft has been on practically every modern console since the Xbox 360 days. There's quite a few cover reprinted in here today, which is a shame. Nobody likes to see that. If you're someone that doesn't mind a cover reprinted type cover, can you let me know in the comments why it doesn't bother you? Because I don't know anyone personally that buys games from CEX that have got that hideous cover reprinted in the top left hand corner. Now, I think there's ways that they could do it a bit better rather than just completely mark up the game. You've got Armored Core there. Never played that one. If you could let me know in the comments what that game is like. It's a fairly expensive game for the 360 at £32. So I would love to get your opinions on that game before I consider buying it. The Condemned series, absolutely brilliant. I love those games, and I would love to see a Condemned 3. I think it was the first game I purchased on my 360, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now this is a good shout, £2.50, got Dead or Alive 4. That could be one of the games that I add to the collection today, especially with the £10 challenge we're doing. It's a good game, I would play it, and it doesn't take up a great deal of the £10 budget, so yeah, definitely the one to consider there. Now, Lost Planet is a pretty big game from a big developer in Capcom. And at £1.50, I was eyeing it up today, but then I thought back. I remember borrowing it when it first came out off a friend that I worked with, and I really didn't get on with the game. So I think that would have been cheating today to add that to the collection and put it in with the challenge, as although it would be a nice cheap game and make the target that much easier, I don't think I'd have played it, and that would be cheating. The Simpsons game is slowly going up in price. I traded my copy in a long while ago, and I think I'm going to have to try and get it back, but not through CEX. I'm going to go through eBay or Vinted and see if I can pick it up a little bit cheaper. I'm not paying £25 for it. Definitely a game I shouldn't have sold, but at that price, I don't think I'm that keen on getting it back in the collection. We've got Transformers here, Revenge of the Fallen, £5. One of the few Transformers games that isn't really that high in price. A lot of them seem to hold really good value. So slim pickings on the OG Xbox. Let's have a look and see what they've got. Now obviously I can't get this one today. It's a game I've never actually seen out and about. So it's £10. It would defeat the purpose of the challenge. But Killer App, definitely one I might revisit down the line. I'll go home and do a little bit more research. Not a bad selection of PlayStation portable games here either. Don't see too many of them out and about. So let's have a look at the GameCube. Now the GameCube does tend to be a little bit pricier than the PS2 and your OG Xbox, your 360s, so it's going to be quite difficult to get games on that system within the £10 challenge. This, quite frankly, is a joke. A £38 game on the Wii U, not in the right cover, an absolute disgrace of a cover, and cover reprinted. As funny as it might sound, it's really annoying. Now here's a game I want to pick up moving forward. I remember when this was being sold at around about £11-12, and where I work up near Tottenham Court Road, I went back to the CEX up there to pick it up the following day, and it was gone. There you go. This game. Well, if you guys didn't know, I've got a challenge from some of my friends in the community to do a Robbie Williams challenge once I reach 1,000 subscribers. Now, I was fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, depends on your view of things, to reach that goal fairly recently. So, yeah, I'm going to be picking that Robbie Williams one up today so that I can keep my word and do that challenge. Keep an eye out for that video. I'll get it out and about one way or another. There's Bluey. I find that Bluey game scarier than anything Five Nights at Freddy's could throw at me. I don't know. It's really weird. Every time I go into a shop, it's like Bluey's eyes are just following me whenever I see that game. It's freaking me out. But the funny thing is, it's a really wholesome cartoon. It's that wholesome that my kids don't like it. It's too wholesome for them. A lot of mainstream stuff here today on the Switch. Nothing that really piqued my interest, so I think I'll move on from that. Let's go and have a look in at the cabinets where most of the retro, that kind of stuff is held, and the consoles. So let's see what we can find here and maybe line something up for a future purchase. Now, there's a variant of the DS you don't see out too often, the Guitar Hero one. Nice to see that out and about, and a really good price if I'm totally honest. Some of the more expensive GameCube games there, a few control pads and a couple of N64s. Some nice boxed Nintendo stuff there, Nintendo cardboard. Very expensive stuff, Nintendo cardboard, and a solid selection of Dreamcast games. I'm being quite selective when it comes to purchasing for the Dreamcast, as I haven't got a great deal of room, and I don't like the cases they come in. They're as fragile as eggs. Now, at £70, I'm pretty certain you could buy a really rubbish real guitar for that sort of money. Anyone out there know why that particular one is £70? I'm sure there's a specific reason for it. If you do know, please drop a comment and let me know. I really like these Xbox controllers. That one there, the Aqua type blue, really nice, and it's a shame it's a wired control pad. It's the sort of thing I'd love to pick up. Now I quite like this Hori pad as well. It's got a nice D-pad on it. One of the things I'm not a massive fan on the Xbox controllers is their D-pad. I don't think it's that great. Again, unfortunately, it's wired, so I'll pass. Now, a game that stuck out there to me is Toki. I really love Toki. I played it to death in the arcade. Now, wow, look at this. £600 for this handheld. I'm sure someone can tell me a few stories about that particular handheld. Shout out to Retro Ed, if you're watching this, you know your stuff with the Game & Watches. Can you let me know maybe as to why that one is so expensive? Now I'll still say it, a rack of PS5s lined up just reminds me of the something from Demolition Man, like the shells that you get in the toilet. I know it doesn't really look like that, but it's just as futuristic as they look, line them up, it doesn't look like a game console like that. It looks like something, I don't know. When you line them up like that, it just looks like a futuristic radiator. Some nice PS1 bits there we just went past, and a console I've never really got into, the PS Vita. I'd love to pick one up at the right price, but you know, it's not on the priority list right now. Now we could actually include the Xbox One and the Series selection of games because some of those are really cheap. So there's a way of me maybe possibly sneaking in a good game today for the challenge within this system. I mean, Gears of War alone, £2. Now, I would definitely play those games. I'm not going to purchase any Gears of War games today, and reason being is that I've played through them already, and I've no desire to revisit them anytime soon. As you can see there, Big Alf pointing out Minecraft. Not sure why. He's got it on pretty much every system we own. But trying to egg me on to purchase another copy, it's not happening. Now down there you would have seen Shovel Knight on the Xbox. Brilliant series of games. I think you've got 5 on that disc and £6, absolute bargain. If you see that and you haven't played it already and you like your retro 2D type platformers, I highly recommend you pick that one up if you've got an Xbox. £6, possibly the biggest bargain you can get on that system. Now Street Fighter 6, still one of those games that I purchased not long after release, if I'm totally honest, and I haven't played it a great deal. I need to go back to that. Now when in the name of Doc Brown did this one get so expensive? It's £6 on the Wii, and I know it's a bit of a clunky mess, but £50 on the PS4. I'd totally rather watch the original film, if I'm honest. Again, it's quite possible that we might be able to slip in a PS4 game within this challenge, although the PS4 games, they hold a bit of a higher value than your Xbox One and your Series X type games. Now, I personally believe, I've got no confirmation of it, the reason being is that all these games are playable on your PS5. Red Dead Redemption 2, a game I've yet to get in the collection. It's something I need to rectify at some point. It has to be in any kind of collection, really, if you're a game collector. I think I'll keep my eye out on Vinted and those sorts of apps for that game. I might be able to get a cheap copy. Sometimes you do come across some really good deals on there. And £18, I know it's worth it, but it's just a game that I don't think I'd play anytime soon. So strangely, you don't get this in many CEXs these days, where they have a latest release section. And looking at this, you can see why. It's totally not true. Anyway, these are the games that I managed to pick up today. I did complete the challenge. We got Dead or Alive 4 on the Xbox 360 at £2.50. Really happy with that one. I played it as soon as I got home, within the first couple of hours, and yeah, it's just like all the Dead or Alive games. It's a lot of fun. Pick it up 15-20 minutes and it's good to go. Now, we got this Transformers game as well. It was cheaper on the PS3. It was £5, I believe, on the Xbox. We got Revenge of the Fallen on the PS3. That's at £3, so we're at £5.50. Still got £4.50 to go, and I can get one game to complete the challenge. But let's see how I get on. Now, this one, Alter Echo, I've never played it. I remember seeing it when it came out. Didn't know much about it, if I'm totally honest, but at £1, I'm going to pick it up. It was in really nice condition, full manual, and the disc was really, really mint. So we've completed the challenge. We've got 3 games, but we can get more. So with that in mind, we got Time Splitters on the OG Xbox as well. Sorry, Time Splitters 2 at £2. Yeah, and I managed to chuck this one in there as well for 50p. I'm going to regret that, I know it. Shout out to all the Ghetto Gang and everyone in the Discord. Yeah, that video's coming up sooner rather than later. Right, anyway guys, that was Barking CEX, and that was my first £10 challenge. It was quite easy to do, if I'm honest with you. I'm going to look to do another one of these soon within a local CEX rather than one that I branch out to. When I branch out, I like to try and bring back whatever I can. When I visit the locals, it's only 20 minutes down the road, that kind of thing, and it's easy done. So yeah, I'll be putting it down to £7 the next time I do this one, and if we manage to do it again, we will go down to 5, and then we'll go down to 3. Now that will be quite difficult, because then I'll be looking out for the £1 games, and like I say, with the rules that I've put in place, I have to buy games that I have got every intention of playing and thinking that I will enjoy. When you limit yourself to the £1 section, yeah, that could be a challenge. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you like the content, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.